Okay, well that did work. Why does it have to be public? Oh well. Whatever. Trying to find a... No, can I? I want to do... Pop out that. That's the one. Now I would come in here. Whatever. Rather large. We have it locked. Oh well, we'll use this as measurement tool then. $95. You're gonna tell me? Sharpen. Oh, I guess I won't. Okay. Right, 180. And that can be easy. We just go 720 minus 194. 226 tall. Easy. Take this, snap over here, and 1080 minus 1631. 1631. 1920. Not 10. It was 1920 by 7. Well, let me mute this.
in and start competing in the ranked online battles and have the most success, you need to know how to team build. So today we're going to talk about how to build better competitive teams in Pokemon Legends ZA. So if this is your first time here on the channel, make sure you are subscribed for more ZA content like this in the future, but let's get into it. So the first thing we got to do is actually talk about the format of this game because it is different from traditional competitive Pokemon. First up, these are teams of 3 Pokemon per team. So there are only 3 Pokemon that you have to worry about training up and actually taking into battle. And you can have no duplicate Pokemon on any given team, meaning you can't have 2 Pikachu, you can't have 2 Meganium, you have to have all individually different Pokemon. On top of that, you can have no duplicate items on your team. So if you have 2 Pokemon with, let's say, a Citrus Berry, that is not allowed. Each Pokemon has to be holding a different item in order to compete. So now let's get into actual team building. How do you get in and start building a team to compete and have a lot of success in this game? Well, the first thing you need to consider is what is the most important part of team building, in my opinion, and that's making sure your team covers each other's weaknesses. So for example, the team that I've been using the most right now is Gyarados, Excadrill, and Gardevoir. Why is this team so good? Well, Gyarados is a really positive tanky bruiser, but is really weak to electric type attacks, right? So Excadrill, being a ground type that doesn't take any damage from those electric type attacks, is really positive into this particular team. So you use it to swap in and eat electric type hit for the Gyarados. Also, if you look at Gardevoir, very weak to steel type attacks. Excadrill resists steel types attacks. So you can kind of see the idea here where you're balancing out these Pokemon in order to get the most out of them. And the easiest way to go about doing this is with cores. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the concept of cores, there are 2 main types of cores that you're going to see. The first being the fire, water, grass core. And the reason this is the most common is because it's the most basic rock, paper, scissors matchup that you see in competitive Pokemon or Pokemon in general. You know, grass beats water, water beats fire, fire beats grass. It works out just as you expect. So this is a very powerful way to actually build a team, is just have 3 Pokemon that match these particular typings. The other very common core is called the Fantasy Core, and this consists of a Dragon type, a Fairy type, and a Steel type. The reason for this is things like if you have a Dragon type out, a Fairy type move is resisted by a Steel type that you can swap into. A Dragon type is also weak to Dragon moves, so you can swap in a Fairy to absorb that hit because it doesn't hit Fairy types at all. Dragon also resists the Fire weakness that Steel types have, so you can see how this kind of balances each other out. Now the thing about these cores is actually understanding that certain Pokemon have additional typings which will increase their weaknesses to other types of Pokemon. For example, say you're building a fire, water, grass core, right? Let's say that you have a Greninja on your team, just for sake of conversation, right? You have a Greninja, you want to add a fire type Pokemon. Well, you know, a lot of people really like Charizard, but Charizard may not be the best partner for this fire, water, grass core. And why is that? Well, Charizard is also a blind type Pokemon, meaning that it also shares that electric type weakness with a Greninja, which is something that you need to account for. So now you have 2 Pokemon that are weak to electric type attacks, making you kind of in a rough spot to deal with certain type matchups. Or if we were going to look at a fantasy core, right, we can look at Tyrantrum. We can pull up, where is it at? Tyrantrum, okay? Tyrantrum is a dragon type with a rock typing as well. Another Pokemon that would fit on a fantasy core being a steel type would be something like Excadrill, right? So you have Excadrill on this particular team. The problem with these 2 Pokemon, yes, they work in the fantasy core, but their alternate typings don't work particularly well together. For example, Tyrantrum with the rock typing is weak to ground type moves, and Excadrill, being a steel type, is also weak to those ground type moves. So now you have 2 Pokemon that are weak to ground type Pokemon, which is a problem, right? Especially with the amount of Earthquake that's running around in this particular format. So you need to be aware of your Pokemon's secondary typings in order to get the most out of these cores that we talked about. Now let's move on to actually choosing Pokemon for your team. Now the most common thing that you're seeing is actually Mega Pokemon, right? Like my team here, Gyarados, Excadrill, and Gardevoir. Bunch of Pokemon that can Mega Evolve, and the reason that these are so good is because of the boost that they get for their Mega Evolutions, as well as the automatic plus move activation. Now, plus moves are a new mechanic in Legends ZA that, when activated with the start button, will provide a power boost to your attack. So if I look at Excadrill here, for example, let's go to change moves. You can see this little plus icon next to all my moves here. Those are the plus moves that we're talking about. And the way you actually go about activating these plus moves is you run out here, right? You select the target and you press the plus button. You can see there was a little highlight there now all of my plus moves are active, meaning that it'll charge a little bit of my Mega Energy in order to boost the power of said move to the level of a Mega Evolution Pokemon, which means that Pokemon that cannot Mega Evolve can actually have the same power from some of their moves due to the plus move activation. And you can actually go and train these particular moves. So if you fly over here to the Justice Dojo, you can train plus moves onto your Pokemon. So what you'll do is you'll come in here, and if you haven't done it already, there will be a side quest here. You need to complete that side quest in order to unlock this particular feature, and you'll use these items in your inventory, the Seeds of Mastery, to boost a move to a plus move if it is not already. So you'll do that by coming over here, and you'll talk to this girl with the red bandana that you battled a bunch throughout the story, and she will be able to turn your moves into plus moves by using the Seeds of Mastery, very similarly to how you use bottle caps in order to actually increase IVs and things of that nature. So that is how you go about getting additional plus moves on your Pokemon. Now, when you actually start team building in this game, I like to start this process with one Pokemon in mind. So when I started with this first team that I was building, I decided I wanted to use Gyarados. It's a very strong, tanky Pokemon that can take a lot of damage, but also dish out a lot of damage. And this is kind of that bruiser, tankier role. And a lot of things that you're seeing in this particular game is that people like to have two more tanky Pokemon, typically a bruiser like Gyarados, and then a more supporty tanky Pokemon that can like eat some hits and give some additional status effects and things of that nature. And then they have a frail sweeper Pokemon. However, there is some merit to having Pokemon that are like two offensive Pokemon and a bruiser on your particular team. Like with this team here, both my Excadrill and my Gardevoir are built relatively offensively, right? They have max speed and max attack for whatever they need, whether it be special attack or attack, right? So I have two offensive Pokemon that die pretty easily in Gyarados. So there is some merit to changing up the strategy that you have for your particular team based on the conditions that you need. So like I said earlier, I like to start with one Pokemon in mind, and that was Gyarados for this particular team. I wanted to use Gyarados, and then I thought, okay, I need to cover its weaknesses. I need to think about what does this Pokemon do? What moves can I use to cover some things that, you know, would be a problem for me? And then what Pokemon do I add next? And that's how I choose my second Pokemon, is what complements Gyarados. Well, I was like, I have a shiny Excadrill. I'm 4 times weak to electric type attacks with Gyarados, so Excadrill works really nicely because it's immune to electric type attacks. So I'm able to slot in Excadrill, and now I have two Pokemon that cover each other relatively well, right? So Excadrill weak to fighting type moves, Gyarados being a flying type, resist those fighting type moves, and I resist electric type moves with Excadrill. It works very nice together. So I have these two Pokemon. And then I thought to myself, okay, what can I use next? Well, I wanted a strong sweeper Pokemon, so I looked at what Excadrill could resist, what it was weak to, things of that nature, and I found another Pokemon. Looking at Gardevoir, right? Gardevoir is a very strong special attacking sweeper Pokemon that is weak to steel and poison type moves. And which Pokemon resist both of those things? That would be Excadrill. Excadrill resists those steel and poison type moves due to its typing, allowing this Pokemon to work very synonymously with both Gyarados as well as Gardevoir. And that's kind of the process that you go through to figure out what your team needs. But what's also important to consider is having Pokemon with a variety of different attack types. For example, looking at Gyarados and Excadrill, both of these are physical attacking Pokemon, so it wouldn't do me a whole lot of favors to add another physical attacking Pokemon onto this team. I would need a special attacker, especially if you're facing an opponent that has a move like Reflect that is going to boost their defense. That would be very unfortunate if I had a full team of physical attackers. It would make it very difficult for me to break a lot of Pokemon with those higher defensive stats. So having Pokemon that not only complement each other's weaknesses, but also have different stat distributions and can use different move types is going to give you an advantage when you're trying to dish out some damage. Now, briefly, I want to talk about EVs in this particular video because I had some questions from other videos that people were like, how do you go about deciding what to EV train on a Pokemon? And I think that's important. I'm not going to go into the specifics of how to EV train. That's already covered in my beginner's guide to competitive Pokemon, and I will link that in the description below, so you guys can check that out if you need to know that information. But how I go about actually deciding what to EV onto a Pokemon is kind of based on their stats. So if I pull up a Pokemon here, for example, let's just use Gyarados because we've been talking about Gyarados, right? Very good Pokemon. We take a look at its stat distribution here, right? 95 HP, pretty good. Defense is pretty solid as well at 79. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. And its special defense is pretty solid at 100. Then you look at its different attacks stats, right? We have the attack at 125 and the special attack at 60. That already indicates to us that this is not a special attacking Pokemon, right? We're looking right at that, and this Pokemon does not benefit from special attacks at all. So moves like Hydro Pump, moves like Hurricane, they're not going to do as much damage as a physical attack is going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is max out my attack stat, because this is going to be my more offensive.
All right. So this is what we're trying to figure out right here. What? He's on Team Builder. Yeah, let's do it. Illegal. It's illegal in free-for-all. Hold on. Hold on. Can we back to that tab? Let's go back here.
Dish out some damage. Now, briefly, I want to talk about EVs in this particular video because
what format? Oh, you.
I had some questions from other videos that people were like, how do you go about deciding what to EV train on a Pokemon? And I think that's important. I'm not going to go into the specifics of how to EV train. That's already covered in my beginner's guide to competitive Pokemon, and I will link that in the description below, so you guys can check that out if you need to know that information. But how I go about actually deciding what to EV onto a Pokemon is kind of based on their stats. So if I pull up a Pokemon here, for example, let's just use Gyarados because we've been talking about Gyarados. That's right. Very good Pokemon. We take a look at its stat distribution here, right?
Interesting.
95 HP, pretty good.
Oop.
Defense is pretty solid as well at 79. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. And its special defense is pretty solid at 100. Then you look at its different attacks stats, right? We have the attack at 125 and the special attack at 60. That already indicates to us that this is not a special attacking Pokemon, right? We're looking right at that, and this Pokemon does not benefit from special attacks at all. So moves like Hydro Pump, moves like Hurricane, they're not...
Oh, fucking... Over here, let's choose OU. So, Gyarados. Don't want it to be for OU though. It's no. We need to take that off. No ability. Delete. Anything goes. Awesome. Yeah. No. Nothing. Nothing. You get nothing. Good day, sir. Yeah, it would be nice if we could like just choose the game. And that's a shame. Yeah, that's... Alright, well... But I max myself out at what? 25. Hold on. We'll do that right there. That's fine. Stop. Yeah. Yeah, do that so. I feel like I have a limiter on that one. Either way. Digress. I wonder, can I want to change that? 'Cause I'd like to have use of my screen. I change this. Deprecated. Go capture. Just that. Yes, yeah. Delete that. I don't want a screen capture. Window. That's made some choices with that. All right. Need to go get another Pikachu. I know where the alpha is, so. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Did it just die? Oh. Updates. Oh, yeah. Pretty common thing nowadays. And I'm sure I was at some point. Let's see. Come on. No miners. Is it just? You get bamboozled, little guy. I thought it was. I don't. He says he. Yeah. Oh well. Whatever. I guess I could. I did not. That clicked like. Up here. Something tells me I can just go oop. Browser already exists. I don't think I like the size of that one. He says he would like some. We don't have to. Like that it does that. Bless you. You dropped everything already? Got it? There you go. Lena. Is there? Yeah, well, that's just. Advanced properties. Monitoring off. Close. That's all we need. What was that? Okay, what tracks it would record? Okay, so if it's recording multi-tracks, that's what track it records it on. Okay, good to know, good to know. Kind of crazy. Anyways, Phoebus. I don't think I've seen a Phoebus there yet. Oh, hey, little dude. You good? You old man facing. You just kind of chilling, huh? Let's flip the clef key. Hold on. What is this? 2 pet rats. 1. Still missing something from there. Where's the? Is it 8? No. 6? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah? Is it not counted? It doesn't count? That's interesting. Hold on. Like, I know it's in this zone. Do I want anything special for this? I like that. That one's pretty good too. I don't think we're gonna pull it with that one. We can do it from here, well. Why not? Any shinies? Wow, an alpha. Do it. Do it, I dare you. Do it. You won't do it? No shinies? Gotten so many shinies from down there. Blue pup? No blue pup? Oh, well, nighttime. Big pup. Still not blue pup. Oh, hush you. I'll take that. You can't tackle me from down there. You see that? Go. Back off. Hey, dude. Fields. Cool. Actually, you know what? Yeah, those freaking. Yeah. Those home. Yeah. I'm pro. Absolutely. I didn't. You're trying to be like, I don't have. This is no place. But I'm not trying to throw them. I'm just trying to look at what I have. I don't have anything good. And I don't really want to go to the Ball Emporium. 11, right? No? 6. No, the Ball Emporium is up here. The Ball Boutique. Let's make a... Did I put a pin on that? Okay. I don't mind getting repeat balls, that's for sure. Oh, that would be me in my old ways. Everything has to go in a luxury ball. $50. Let's start with the 50. Yeah, there's not much of anything. I could. Let's get 20 repeat balls. How about that? You good, dude? Have plenty of those. Yeah, nothing. No, I don't want to browse for a little bit longer. All right, now let's go here real quick. I need to sell. I don't know how many tiny mushrooms I've gathered up from money farming, so I could be maxed out. I am. But I don't know how long I've been maxed out. That's generally very sad. All right, hold on. At 27 times 60. No, we do 27 in an hour. 27 times 5 is 135. So 999 divided by 135 is 7.4 hours. You max out on the tiny mushrooms auto battling. What, dude? You want this? There you go. I should give you something to chew on. So, 2.4 hours in, I maxed out. So I only did it for. I missed out on a good chunk of change because of that. Yeah, I missed out on a real good chunk of change. All right. Now let's go back to 6. We're gonna whoop up on that Chikapoo. Actually, you know what? We're probably gonna whoop up on everything. 'Cause I'm just sick of risking anything, honestly. That would all y'all. I can rotoglide to that from up there. Also, what in the world? What? What? I'll end up just chilling right there while the frickin' Houndoom's trying to munch on my face. Right. Really, dude? That was... Oh, I didn't I didn't prep fast enough for this. Wham! And it has begun. HP? I don't know if I want HP. Go ahead and let's pull it out, take a look at it. Where do I get, hold on, because I don't have it. Let me just pull this up. Alright, Pokemon Legends ZA Light Ball location. You will need to defeat a level 66 Pikachu that is holding the item as part of the quest reward. You cannot obtain one before completing the mission. Can I have the name of the Rogue Sector 1 World's Greatest Pikachu? What side mission number is it? 107. 107. Rogue. I always say Rogue. Rouge Sector 1. We're gonna move through here. I would like to put that in my satchel. I would like to open up the satchel. Let's go ahead and give you the lucky egg. Did you lose your Chewy already? Alright, so we're going for side mission. Oh, you whacked yourself in the face. You're gonna drop it this time, aren't you? That's not staying with you, is it? Wanna try this one? There you go. All right, so that's fine. Yeah, and then you threw it. And you're so pleased about it. You'll be screaming in a second. All right, let's just... I don't even want to waste a whole max potion. Like, I could have just not done that anyways, but let's see. That'll level you up fairly quickly. I'm gonna reset you anyway, so I don't care about your EDs. Oh yeah? Oh, okay, buddy. Oh yeah? I take this. And I go this. Where's my Fizzone? Right. Do this. Go like this. I could easily come up here, add a source, Video capture. Babby cam. Device. iPhone. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, buddy? What? What? What is it? Huh? What is it? What is it? You want a toy? Yeah? Wow, you really just grew it, huh?
Oh man.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Yeah. Oh yeah? Yeah. Mm. We got Babby Cam. Babby Cam. Babby Cam. Right, and Rouge Sector 1 is where I'm headed. Yeah. I don't need to reset yet. Rouge Sector 1. I'm going to try this one first. Yeah. Like, I don't think beating a level 66 Pikachu is going to be a problem. What in the world? Oh, that was you. Come on, Naruto. I don't think this is going to be it. But spare a moment. A bit strange. This thing will remain touching you if it's feeling. That's weird. What? What? You want the book? There you go. That's weird. Helping lessons. I think you got cancer. I mean, that's all signs are pointing to cancer. Like WebMD that stuff and see what your symptoms say. But You got cancer and Babby's got lost book. What about these? There. Now it's on your arm. Good luck. You don't even know you have it. You don't even know that you have it. Look. You didn't even know you had it. Okay, what now? You threw this last time. Alright. Still say it's cancer. You tell me I don't need these constant check-ins. I'm fine. Well, obviously they think and or know otherwise. What? I feel like that's the only way I can make Audino understand I'm fit and healthy and doing great. Are you gonna keel over mid-battle? What, dude? You threw it. You threw it. Here you go. Are you gonna throw that too? Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. We're gonna end up taking you off of the Babby Cam. You can't handle being a celebrity. Okay. We got to do away with the Babby Cam. Man. You know, those things you don't like. Here's the bottle, baby. All right. Now let's, I guess, whoop up on an Audino. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, because you're doing just fine. Audino says it's cancer. But you're doing just fine. I'm challenged by Kia, the cancer-inflicted office worker. And I have Murder Naruto here. Like, yeah. Get Hokage. It wouldn't even be Hokage because that's the fire lord. What's the ground? Gaara's, right? Hidden in the sand. Kage was he. The Raikage was hidden in the clouds. Mizukage's the mist, the rain. What was the ground one? Anyways, yep. You got to face me. Glad you're glad. Pass out. Shave your head. You realize now you're sick and dying. You know, it's terminal. Can't do anything about it. Burnt out. Your Audino was feeling you up because you were burnt out. DDD. This is a DDD party. But I don't know if I have an Audino, but if I do, I'm naming it Diddy. Purely because of all of that. Do I have an Audino? No, we have to go look. I'm sure I have one. I didn't even look to see what I just got. I didn't get really anything worth even... I'm actually kind of angry at seeing what I got there. This Ariados is not in the needs to be trained up, and these are not even trained up. They should all be in the needs to be trained up for Royale. Do we have... We have Diddy right here. Not an alpha. Would have been a lot better if it was an alpha. Well, that's okay. Because, like, can I just look at its Pokedex entry? There's no, like, fast shuttle? Alright. Take the answer. It touches others with the feelers on its ears, using the sound of their heartbeats to check their emotions and physical health. This thing is Diddy. And if there's a Pokemon that's as close to Baby Oil as possible, that's the duo right there. And if it has Steel typing, because this is just normal, right? But when it megas, it gets the Fairy typing. Right? Yeah. When it megas, it gets the Fairy typing. So, Goodra, here's your dragon. You already got to start right there. You got your your fantasy Diddy core. You need Steel. I mean, Metagross. Your fantasy Diddy Core right there. You got your Goodra, your Mega Audino, your Metagross. There isn't a Mega Goodra, is there? Alright, Diddy. There's two. And honestly, you must be the Pikachu one. Absolutely. I would be willing to bet the entire house and life savings on it. Hey kid, I'd like to stomp your rat. The strongest in the world. Do I have to beat it with another Pikachu? I don't know why he's so strong. It's because he's holding a light ball. Light ball makes a Pikachu's attack and special attack even stronger, so I still have to work on that speed stat. That's why I'm confident my Pikachu is the strongest in the whole world. That's... You have a Pikachu you think can beat mine, I'll prove you wrong in battle. I have to train up the Pikachu to beat the Pikachu. So now I'm signed up for a Raichu v Raichu battle and a Pikachu v Pikachu battle. Alright. Ultima? I feel like I could try Ultima. I feel like I would get a lot out of that in one go. Ultimo. It all on the line to provide one ultimate offering. Point all they have. Oh no, that's... So it's the sushi place then. Yeah. That one. Members only by opening the store for all, and it started expanding into other regions. Let's travel in. I mean, surely I'm... This restaurant, which operates in other regions as well, is officially named the Sushi High Roller Bistro. I mean, let's see. Ooh, piece of candy. Well, I must say, finding a vitamin here does not bode well for my time here. Ooh, okay, you're telling me I'm underleveled and I'll need a max revive. I should be using vitamins. The passive-aggressive comments and slights are heard. This is the one restaurant in town that'll really move you. Welcome to Sushi High Roller. So, what can I do you for? You want to try your hand at 5 ultra-fresh battles in a row? Your first taste is on the house, naturally. But you'll be facing off against Pokémon. Okay. That is a child. I thought I was going to be facing Pokémon. Where is Mewtwo and his Poké slaves? Poké clones? Clones is the phrase. Anyways, for the first course, enjoy this sampling of bug Pokemon with a meadow pattern garnish. Bon appetit! What? Ah. Earthquake. Oh. Oh, well, that's not going to work, is it? Earthquake will be able to do it if it's not completely resisted. It was the flying typing on the pavilion. Yeah. For the second course, enjoy this selection of a Pokemon from Miroir? Where? Mirway, but what? Bon appetit. That flying typing again. This one would not be easy to automate. Whack. For the third course, enjoy this selection of Pokemon from the Lost Hotel. Bon appetit! I was gonna give no voice, but I felt that. Oh well. That one's easy. Whack. Play a little game of whack. For the fourth course, enjoy this selection of Pokemon from the Winding Woods. Bon appetit. Whack. Lined up for me. So I was like, hey man, let me just go ahead and move right here so you got a nice straight line to bust through. For the fifth course, enjoy this selection of Pokemon that like Evolution Stone. Born. Eat. Ah, yeah. Predictable. I thought you were gonna throw a Pikachu in there or something. Must be bursting at the seams, am I right? This is a little show of appreciation for fully savoring all our restaurant has to offer. Take it. Hey, thanks. That's a lot of berries. You sure you don't need that back in the kitchen? Your battles are subpar, so. Why? I had a little stroke on that. You're gonna ask me to pay the usual 30,000 next time. Why? With a lucky egg for 2 levels. What? No. 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 Just maybe no. 66. That's I make Pokemon feel all better. You are a nursing school dropout. And I'm pretty sure this is illegal. I don't know why I'm watching up there. Okay. I think I've yet to have a shiny in this area. Man. You have to turbo bench until it rains. I have a Gooby though, don't I? I'm pretty sure I saw a Goomy and thwacked it. Yeah, fast. Alright, this goes right here. Yeah. I need to level up the Malamar. I need to level up hold on a second. 3261. Oh, I have the judge feature now. Okay, three perfect IVs, that's cool. I could hyper train the attack and give it a different nature, and I wonder if it still would be balanced out. And bounce. So we're talking oh yeah, attack. You got 199 speed, so I've got you already. I was about to say you are terrible. Yeah, no wonder you weren't doing that great. I need to get you reset. But at least we can get to the 192. Let's change moves. So if we go over here, this is a 10 second, a 7 second, an 8 second, and a 10 second. So if we can get your speed a little bit higher, we can bring Earthquake down to 3 seconds. We can get it to the minimum of 3 second cooldown with your speed. Probably even hyper training can help with that. We already got with the 192 or higher. We've got Drill Run down to 3 seconds. That's down to 3 seconds. If we get Earthquake down to 3 seconds, we get Mega Horn down to 3 seconds, but honestly, we should probably swapping that out. Even though it's good against the Dark type, so whenever Gyarados comes into play, want water? Oh no no! Oh, you just got Rock Slide? Nah man, you are Mega Gyarados. Mega Horn. Super effective against Dark. And a 3 second cooldown because of speed at that point? You kidding me? Yeah, if I got that reduced all the way, then there's no point in using that other than the startup time, startup frames. If X's or startup frames are, I wish you could just like kind of League of Legends, you could view the attack. That would be nice. But we need that level up. You could be leveled up more just purely for the moves. You could be leveled up more probably for moves as well. I'm fairly certain that yeah, you've got the best you're gonna get pretty much once. And that's already down to a 3 second. But your special attack Zard. Yeah? Yeah, your special attack Zard. Hmm. Oh. This one needs leveling up. Welcome back to the poopy child. Hello, Babby. You like my honey? Did you wipe that? Okay. You like my bunny?
He's named after me?
Yeah.
Alpha.
That's the only thing that's not the only thing that doesn't line up. Bait ass bitch. Oh no. Back into seat prison. Hopefully better for your hips than the boppy. Technically, I need to level up the other Dragonite too. He likes the soft ones. No. Sure, give me a second. I'm sure you can. That's right, buddy.
Still, I'm working on it.
Why not? Doesn't work. Does it not Velcro off? Did you have to pull the bars out? It probably was never put together correctly to begin with. Then.